Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, the second short children's story in this series, dealing with the importance of manners in daily life. It is written in both modern and Old English. It's suitable for people of all ages learning the Old English language because the simple language is common everyday language that you'd use in conversations. All right, and I've cast it all in the form of a story, which is good for teaching the young or for teaching anyone. All right, so let's make a start. I'll read first through the story in modern English, and then I'm going to go through it in Old English with the modern English translation below it and some images attached to try and help communicate the message, I hope. All right, so let's go. All right, the characters are again Polite Pete and Thankful Tina, and they'll be our main characters throughout the story. And so let's make a start. Right, helping hands with Polite Pete and Thankful Tina. In the same friendly town where Polite Pete and Thankful Tina lived, there was always a lot of love and kindness. Pete and Tina were known for being not only polite, but also very helpful. One bright morning, as they were playing in the park, they noticed their friend, friendly Fiona, trying to reach an apple from a tall tree. Fiona called out, "Oh, I wish I could have that apple. It looks so yummy." Polite Pete turned to Thankful Tina and said, "Tina, we should help Fiona. Let's find a way to get that apple for her." Tina agreed with a nod and replied, "Yes, Pete, let's help her." They looked around and saw a long stick lying on the ground. Polite Pete picked it up and said, "I'll use this stick to get the apple." He carefully reached up and gently knocked the apple off the tree. The apple fell, and friendly Fiona caught it with a big smile. "Thank you so much, Pete and Tina," Fiona said happily. "You're the best friends ever." Polite Pete and Thankful Tina grinned and said, "You're welcome, Fiona." As they continued to play in the park, they noticed Mr. Grumpy Gus, the park keeper, struggling to carry a heavy bag of rubbish to the rubbish bin. Polite Pete said to Thankful Tina, "Tina, we should help Mr. Grumpy Gus. Let's go." They rushed over to Mr. Grumpy Gus and asked, "May we help you with that heavy bag, Mr. Gus?" Mr. Grumpy Gus looked surprised, but then smiled and said, "Well, that would be very kind of you." Together, they lifted the heavy bag and carried it to the garbage bin. Mr. Grumpy Gus was so thankful, and his grumpiness seemed to disappear. "Thank you, Pete and Tina," he said, now sounding quite cheerful. "You really made my day better." Polite Pete and Thankful Tina replied, "You're welcome, Mr. Gus." As the day went on, they saw more chances to help others. They helped a friend tie their shoelaces, shared their snacks, and even picked up litter in the park. When the sun began to set, they returned home feeling happy and satisfied. Polite Pete said, "Tina, helping others feels wonderful. It's like spreading happiness wherever we go." Tina agreed. "You're right, Pete. Helping others is the best way to make the world a better place." And so Polite Pete and Thankful Tina not only continued to be the most polite, but also the most helpful friends in town. They showed everyone that small acts of kindness could brighten someone's day and make the world a happier place. The end. All right. Now, what I'll do now is, in the next part, I'm going to, excuse me, in the next part, I'm going to read through the story in Old English. You can see how it translates. So let's move on then. Okay, and I think probably I should put that image down here somewhere. All right. Now, if that becomes annoying, I'll remove that. All right. I probably will at some stage in order to fit it in. All right. So here we go. In Old English, we have Farmera kunga, helpende hande med je kwemelm Piet, and thankful Tina. Onse uka farean licha, tún hawar budon je kwema Piet, and thankful Tina thar, was simla over luvu and gold shipper. Piet and Tina waren for ne anlipiers je kwema wezen kanawan, ak eek sewidlich for rolvar lich. An bergen Swahi waren on them erische pleegende. Hier verreon bevonden, verredelijk Fiona. Kostiende aan appel varam them heeg torreoe torragene. Fiona klippede, Ella, ich wusche ich mai thonna appel haben, hit loke swa smatchenlich. Je kwame Piet, Chiorede to thankful Tina, and quath Tina, we shall help Fiona. Laat us Anna way finden that appel for heo bejetan. Tina anrad mid birchnan and quath, Yea Piet, laat us help heo. Hier lokedon, and je sawen Anna langenestikan. On them earthen lijan, je kwame Piet puch de hit up, and quath, ich beruchke vestiken, them appel bejetan. He jernlich up recht, en se appel knochede leechtliedje of them tarewe. Se appel feole, and vreondlich Fiona, fein hit mid Michelum Samerikien. Ankia they swa Mitchell, Piet and Tina, Fiona quath, Yasali lich, Yesin thakusta vreend avare. Je kwame Piet and thankful Tina, Garenadon and quath, Thu welcome Fiona. Swa he on that plechian, je thurch satanden, je sawen hier halavord, unverenlich gas. Se edish werd, winnende heavy ne hochan, rubbish, to them rubbish bin beren. Je kwame Piet quath to thankful Tina. Tina, we schulen helpen halavord unverenlich gas. Let us gaan. Hier haratadon over to halavor unverenlich gas, and askadon mechaton way through mid that heavy yan pachan helpan halavor gas. Halavor unverenlich gas lokada wunderian ac thonas meorcodea and quath. Well, that's so either farovar lichne of they beon willodest. Together here a hovon thona pachan heavian and hit baron to them rubbish bin. Halavor unverenlich gas was so thankful and his the mode so coincan thuchte. Thanke ye they Piet and Tina he quath. Atia wenda nu galad modne. Je sothliche macedon mina redaya sail. Je kwame Piet and thankful Tina and woordon thu welcome halavard gas. Swa sedai varthede on. Hier jesawan maa to woorde to helpa otharum. Hier hulpan. An fareon hier shosa tarenja to tia jena daldon hier snadunga and the fura thum puchtedon up jesowopa on them ersche. Donna seo suna ongan to setlan hier edwendon ham je verrednes a belidne and je fuldon je kwame Piet quath Tina, helpende othare, wonderfulle je verreden. Het is, je liet ons eerdinesse sparadende thar wega. Tina aanraad, thu richt, Piet, help het othare thonne betost wei, bet werelde makien wezan. And swa je kwame Piet and thankful Tina thurk wunadon, neer aanlich tha masteru, je kwameu beon ak eek tha mastu, je last fullu verriend on tuna. Hier je eeuwe don, je hoana that aan lutel werk godshippers hoas dias je berg nien, mechdan. And so world macheth eerdere setede. Se ende. All right, and so we have an image here, someone being helped. Maybe I can hide that from there. Some lovely images generated by Bing AI, these ones. I think I have another one. During the course, you notice I used the modern English word for rubbish. I used just rubbish. I did find another one in the end I've used later on, Yasawope, meaning litter or gatherings or leftovers after some sort of farming process. But I wasn't able to find exact equivalent rubbish for our modern English word rubbish. So I have used rubbish in that place. And sometimes if you want to talk about something that's modern, telephones, TVs, whatever, you might want to use just the modern English word. You notice Pete and Tina kept their modern English names, as did Gus. You can do that as well. No reason we can't. One more image from AI. Excuse me. I think, and there we go. That's polite Pete and thankful Tina. I think that's the end. Yes, that's finished.